If you're a digital nomad or remote worker, then chances are you're eventually going to need a VPN. Maybe a website blocks you because you're connecting from overseas. Maybe you want to protect your privacy while working on public Wi-Fi. Or perhaps you just need to hide from your boss who has no idea that you're living on a beach in Thailand or Mexico. Whatever the reason, a VPN has become one of the most essential tools for people who work remotely while traveling. The problem is that the VPN market is very crowded and a bit confusing. There are dozens of providers, each claiming to be the fastest, the safest, or the most private. For digital nomads and expats working remote jobs, the stakes can be even higher. Your connection needs to be stable enough for Zoom calls, but also secure enough to protect company data. So in this video, we're going to break down 5 popular VPN options that are commonly used by digital nomads and remote workers. Let's dive in. One of the most recognizable names in the business is NordVPN. They have built their reputation around speed and reliability. For remote workers, performance is incredibly important. Slow connections can make video meetings frustrating, delay file uploads, and disrupt remote desktop sessions. So with that in mind, one of the reasons why we like NordVPN is because it consistently ranks among the fastest providers available. Speed tests show download speeds that retain roughly 90 to 95% of the normal connection and upload speeds of around 85 to 95%. That level of performance makes it especially appealing for digital nomads who rely heavily on cloud-based tools. So if you're uploading large media files, accessing remote servers, or running collaboration apps like Slack or Google Workspace, a fast VPN can really make a noticeable difference in your day-to-day workflow. Pricing varies depending on the length of the subscription. If you commit to a 2-year plan, the monthly cost can drop to around $339 a month, while the month-to-month pricing sits closer to $1299. One downside is that NordVPN does not offer a free option. Another limitation is that it uses commercial data center IP addresses rather than residential IPs, which means it may not work in situations where corporate networks detect VPN usage. Now, another strong option, especially for privacy-focused users, is ProtonVPN. ProtonVPN was created by the same team behind Proton Mail, which is a well-known encrypted email platform. Because of that background, Proton has built its brand around transparency, privacy, and security. Now, one thing we really like about Proton is that it offers a free version of its VPN. Now, keep in mind that many free VPNs are indeed very sketchy, but Proton takes a different approach. The free version of the VPN does not show ads and it does not log user activity, which makes it fairly unique. So if you just need occasional access to a VPN, say if a website is blocked, then this can be a very good option. Of course, the free version does come with some limitations. Speeds are slower and server options are limited, and some features are not available on that free version. Now, Proton does offer paid plans which unlock a larger network of servers across more than 100 countries, along with improved speed performance and additional security tools. Premium plans start around $449 per month when purchased on a long-term basis, while month-to-month pricing sits closer to $999. Overall, ProtonVPN strikes a good balance between privacy and usability. The company maintains a strict no-logs policy, and its software is open source and regularly audited by independent security researchers. Now, a very different type of VPN service on our list is StarVPN, and this service has become increasingly popular among digital nomads for a very specific reason: residential IP addresses. Now, let's explain this. Most VPN providers rely on commercial data center IP addresses. These VPNs are easy for websites and corporate IT systems to detect because thousands of users may be sharing the same address. For remote workers who want to appear as though they are connecting from a normal home internet connection back home, that can be a bit of a problem. If you're using a normal VPN service, you are most likely going to be caught by your company. Now, StarVPN solves this issue partially by offering static residential IP addresses. These IP addresses are associated with real residential internet connections rather than data centers. From the perspective of a website or network administrator, the connection appears to come from a normal household rather than a VPN server. This feature can be very useful for digital nomads who need to maintain the appearance of working from a specific location. For example, someone working remotely for a US company while living overseas might want their internet traffic to appear as though it originates from a residential address in the United States. Importantly, we're talking about the same address, not different addresses all around the country all the time. That's what we mean by static IP. However, there are trade-offs. Residential IP services are significantly more expensive than traditional VPN plans. StarVPN's residential plans start around $20 per month and can reach $45 per month for premium tiers. Speed can also be a little bit inconsistent. Some users report that connections retain only about 45 to 55% of their normal speed, which can make video conferencing or large file uploads more difficult. Now, here's a disclaimer. StarVPN also doesn't guarantee that your company won't eventually discover your location. The most foolproof method is to self-host your own VPN with your own hardware, but for those who lack the technical capability to do that, StarVPN is probably the next best solution. Now, for users who prioritize anonymity above all else, another interesting option on our list is Mullvad. Mullvad has earned a strong reputation among cybersecurity professionals because of its extreme commitment to privacy. Unlike most VPN services, Mullvad does not require an email address to create an account. Instead, users receive a randomly generated account number that acts as their login credential. Payment options are also very anonymous. Customers can pay with cryptocurrency, PayPal, or even mail cash to the headquarters in Sweden. How about that? Pricing is also refreshingly simple. Mullvad charges a flat rate of €5 per month, which is roughly $5.80. Regardless of how long you subscribe, there are no discounts, no complicated pricing tiers, and no promotional gimmicks. In terms of performance, Mullvad generally retains about 88 to 90% of normal internet speeds under favorable conditions. However, the company does operate a smaller server network compared to some of the other competitors on our list, which means that performance may vary depending on your location. The final VPN worth discussing is Surfshark, which is popular for being a budget-friendly option. Surfshark offers many of the same core features as larger VPN providers, but at a lower price point. One big feature that Surfshark allows is unlimited device connections under a single account. So just think of it. That means you can have your laptop, your smartphone, your tablet, and any other devices in your household all on the VPN simultaneously. For digital nomads traveling with a lot of different devices or even remote teams, that flexibility can be extremely convenient. Performance is generally strong, with download speeds retaining about 93 to 95% of normal connection in many cases. Upload speeds tend to be a bit weaker, sometimes dropping to around 40 to 50% of the original speed, which may matter for users who frequently upload large files. As far as pricing goes, long-term plans can be as low as $219 per month if you commit to a 2-year subscription, though monthly plans are significantly more expensive at around $15.45. So as you could see from our list, there isn't a single VPN that works for every nomad or expat in every situation. The right choice depends heavily on your own priorities and how you plan to use the service. If speed and reliability are the most important factors, NordVPN could be one of the stronger options. If you just need a VPN to use a few times a month for very short tasks, then just download the free ProtonVPN. Privacy is your top concern. Mullvad offers some very compelling features. And if your goal is to appear as though you're working from a single residential address in the US, then StarVPN provides some residential IPs and is one of the few services that does this. And if you just need something solid and affordable to stream or to access blocked sites, then Surfshark remains one of the most budget-friendly options available. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're always putting out new content for digital nomads and expats. And if you use a VPN for remote work, make sure you drop a comment. We'd love to hear your experience. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.